Hello friends, welcome to the lesson on prose analysis review. We've learned that analyzing a text will require us to explore parts of the text to find what makes it whole. Today, we shall review some of the key aspects to focus on in prose while we read. Now recall, the one thing to do when reading any text is to ask questions. I often suggest a writing pad and a highlighter to highlight important aspects, words, and phrases in the text, especially if you'd like to revisit it. You could also highlight new words to develop your vocabulary. Now let's recall the story about Ayana. Ayana was a hardworking woman who loved her family so much. They lived in a beautiful town called Mailu. The lord of Mailu, Sakai, was the most gruesome and brutal lord that ever ruled the land. Sakai constantly governed his land with fear and violence. Ayana refused the advances of Sakai, which made him very angry, so he murdered her family at the top of a mountain. Losing her family made Ayana go on a revenge rampage. She swore vengeance. With so much rage, Ayana went to Sakai and challenged him to a fight to the death. Sakai laughed and said,
Haha, you puny being, I will break you like a twig. You are no match for me.
To which Ayana replied, then you should not be afraid to fight me. Prove to your army that you are strongest and defeat me. After a few deliberations, Sakai agreed because he was advised by his chiefs that he must accept the fight to gain respect and to drive more fear in his army. The battle commenced on the mountain, and Sakai said to Ayana,
You will meet the same fate as your weak family.
It was a long battle. Sakai began to defeat Ayana. She struggled to get up, but Sakai kept knocking her out. She became so weak as she landed on the floor. Then she saw the blood stains of her children, which gave her strength. Immediately, she picked up her sword and drove it into Sakai's heart. Ayana got her revenge and she was happy. She was happy she kept to her words. Your blood shall flow on the land that birthed my rage to your brutality. Sakai's body lay bare on the ground. As a rule, anyone who defeats the lord in combat will become the new lord. The army and the chiefs knelt before Ayana because by law, she is the new lord. Ayana rejected the lordship and left the city. She could not bear to be in the same town where she lost her family. This is quite a touching story. In a prose text like this, here are the key things to pay attention to. The plot account, the setting, characters, language and style, events, theme. If you have successfully understood and read the text, then try answering some questions like discuss Ayana's character development, discuss the theme of unrequited romantic advances, give a detailed account of one setting and how symbolic it is, examine the meaning of your blood shall flow on the land that birthed my rage to your brutality in full details. Demonstrate how Ayana can be likened to a symbol of bravery. Analyze Ayana's decision to reject being the lord of Mailu. Can you attempt responding to these questions? Try responding to them and do not forget to use the peel analysis method. Most importantly, do not forget to use present tense and quotations from the text. I'll see you in the next lesson.